Good day, good Shubhadinam, Vinayaka Chadurthi Shubhadinam. Let all our obstacles be removed by mighty Lord Ganesha. So I'm extending my arguments why we have several gods. So going to this concept of singularity. Now we have very clearly defined that though we have several gods or several devas referring to several forces of nature, we had the Paramatma. And then we have the law of karmic actions. A man suffers because of his previous janma karma plus this janma karma or 5 births before his karmas. We do not know exactly what it is, but we know that because of his karmic actions in the previous births plus the current birth, he is undergoing certain sufferings or happiness, whatever it is. His journey of the body happens because the body suffers, not the soul. The soul decides to enter a particular way of life in a particular body so as to expend whatever its karma is and then merge with the divine. That's a philosophy of Hinduism. Now, you can ask me when this karma started and how far it is, what it is, how the karmic action is there. When God created, when the Paramatma creates, Paramatma is defined as a state, a powerful state with intelligence by our Acharya, and it is impartial. It cannot have partiality, is it not? So it cannot create a person in one person in the palace and the other person in the slum, one person with good health and the other person with sickness, one person with all the wealth, all the happiness, and other person all the sorrows. See, a Paramatma doesn't create that. Paramatma is impartial. That's what we say. And Paramatma is a state of bliss, of intelligence. It doesn't reward or punish anybody. It's so loving. It's so pure. Then what has happened? Well, I'm going to exactly tally it with physics. The singularity was there as physicists, astrophysicists declare and accept. And from there, the Big Bang, boom, started. When the singularity was there, which is infinitely small, it is a state of impartiality. It is a state, absolutely, there was no karmic action before for that state, for that position. But somehow or other, it had done a karmic action, so I am saying it exploded like a big bang and created all these universe. Similarly, the living beings like us, the human beings, if we want to say, with our 5 defined senses, which all of us have commonly possess, like eyesight, seeing, hearing, tongue, touch, smell, feelings, and all. This comes when it came. See, I have told you that if you refer the book The Origin of Species, and the scientists do accept that at the starting point, the life here, whatever we are able to see, had only a single cell. It was only a single cell, neither a male nor a female. A single cell, then again due to its karmic action, it multiplied, defined, divided into various cells of various genders. And these cells slowly started accumulating each other or colliding with each other or combining with each other, formed living beings, formed different bodies. And again, as per the different bodies of contemporary existence, they again re-entered some other bodies to wash out their pure karma and go finally into the back of singularity, which was originally there with intelligence and bliss. That is what we say as the divine light. This is how it should have happened. Therefore, the law of karmic action applies. If you want to take modern physics, you say for every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. There is a confirmed, defined law. There is no doubt or any samvadam, any arguments on that. It has to be there. Third law of motion. Similarly, in Hindu philosophy, say exactly what third law of motion says. Our rishis told long back. You are responsible for your own action. That's what Buddha said. Rishi says, your karma phalan. That's what all our elders, all our seniors, all the rishis, all the munis, wherever we are in India, all of us tell the same thing in their mother tongues. You have to pay. You have to pay for your sins. There is no free lunch. Nobody can suffer for you. You have to suffer or you have to enjoy because you own the body. The sufferings and feelings happen to you because you own the body and your Atma resides inside that, and so you are experiencing, you have to experience. How somebody can suffer for you and die? It is not possible scientifically. As Valmiki was asked and Valmiki was told, even his wife refused to accept his sins. A very fundamental example they give in Valmiki Ramayana. So that means you do not commit a sin. If you commit a sin, you are responsible. Your mother also will not be responsible. She can only advise you. Your father can tell you, please do not drink. But if you drink, that person has to undergo liver problems. The father doesn't undergo liver problems because the bodies are different. Therefore, the concept of a singularity of astrophysics very well tallies with our Paramatma, and plus the karmic actions. The karmic actions happened in the singular state. That's why it big banged, boomed, and differences were created. Every star is different, every sun is different in mass, weight, in light emissions, in gravity, whatever it is. Therefore, you have to ask that singularity, what was the nature of that karmic act that caused it to bang, explode, which we do not know. Maybe somebody will find out tomorrow. But the essence is same. You are responsible. There are rebirths. There are reincarnations as proven by even Western scholars. As our Bhagavad Gita has already said, our Vedas say, Tanya, you will come again and again into this Punarjanma and Punarmarana, and Bhagavan says same thing. Vasamsi jirnani yatha vihaya. Navani grihnati naraha aparani tatha sharirani vihaya jirnani anyani samyati navani dehi. Vasani jirnani, the digested garment is thrown away. Navani grihnati, new garments are accepted by the naraha. Aparani, another. Tatha, in the same way, sharirani vihaya jirnani, the digested body is thrown away. Anyani samyati navani dehi, new it enters, samyati enters, the navani, new ones, the dehi, the atma. You have to enter as per your karma only. So, the concept of worshipping several gods and all, you did not ridicule. People are so ignorant of Hinduism that any preacher who comes to India and preaches about his religion says these Hindus. I saw in one YouTube, one fellow, one preacher was pointing out, see, this is how Hindus worship. A villager was worshipping a tree. So what wrong in that? Why don't I worship a tree? Is there anything wrong? In what way are you sure that your God only can give all the good things? What had happened in any faith, if you see the wars and the killings that happen in Syria, Yemen, fighting amongst themselves, Iraq, how many people, I have seen so many difficult situations, sorrows. I felt very bad. All are human beings. What had happened in the Second World War? How many churches were bombed? How many people died? How many Jews were killed by that fellow, the terrorist Hitler? For what? Nothing happened to Hindus. Hindus were living here. Or Buddhists, they were all living the outside. But so much happened. Now you see the Twin Tower blasts, the killings in churches. Why? Because of religion. I do accept what Sir Richard Dawkins also says, because a fanaticism should not develop. After all, we are all human beings. After all, we are going to live for 90 to 100 years. We are not going to live for 9,000 years or 9 million years to say everything is Shashwadam, everything is permanent. You are not going, except your body, you do not own anything. And the body is temporary. The journey of the body is temporary. The Atma knows. It has come here for a temporary journey to purify itself or to experience the karma, to wash away those balances and finally go to the singularity or finally go to the what is known as Paramatma. There is going to be a big crunch when the gravity loses its power. The earth is, all the stars, suns and the moons and all will be again, when the gravity overtakes the expansion, when the gravity overtakes the dark energy which keeps the galaxy moving and expanding, it's going to suck back everything back into its singularity. So everything is going to happen that way. That is physics. So in our short life of 90 years or 100 years, you need not come and define that your faith is ridiculing your faith. I am surprised that people living in India also ridicule our faith. The way our rishis have established for us. Who are they? They are genius, and they came wave after wave after wave. Wave after wave after wave. At a particular point of time, they established all the principles a human being should know. Now, if you are going to criticize all those things, I am sorry for you. I do not know what to say, but I can only say that you are ignorant of Hinduism. Any person of other faith criticizing Hinduism is really ignorant of Hinduism, and he has not gone into the depths of Hinduism. If you go into the depths of Hinduism, my God, you will come back and you will stay only in Hinduism. I'm sure. I can face any arguments, any professional intellectual debates I can face. I can give you the points to substantiate my arguments. Therefore, why I am saying is, why we worship several gods is my nature. I want to worship several gods because it is my culture. If you go to Kerala, the god is taken on a capricent elephants, the Lord. See, that's way of our enjoyment, our pleasure, to see our Lord garlanded in a very nice way. I do not want my God to suffer, to see him suffering. He is garlanded with Panchavadhyas, Panjari Mela, Tayambagam, Chanda, Chettivadyams, Nadasurams. That is how we Hindus enjoy. If you go to Tamil Nadu, very big, huge temples are there, huge chariots are there. Do you mean to say this has been done so long for so many generations, right from Chola times, right from Pandya times, Pandyan kings, Cholan kings, Cheran kings, Pallavan kings, all are they fools? And you are the wisest man in this world to criticize? If you go to Puri Jagannath, see how happily they are drawing those chariots. How they come out in worshipping the superior. What are all the beautiful musics we have? See the richness. When we offer flower, when we offer milk, see the richness. See, one thing you suffer, if you think of something, if you think of suffering, only suffering will come to you. That much is sure. I will explain that scientifically also. Because we are all interconnected at the quantum level. At the atomic level, we are interconnected. And if you think under the laws of attraction of a suffering, the suffering will think that you want it. And so therefore the suffering will come to you. I am sure. That's why we have positivity in our faith. We enjoy God. Hindus enjoy different forces of nature. Hindus enjoy different gods. Gods not in the God as you say. We don't say we have different paramatmas. Do we ever say? Please check up the Vedas and find out. We say, you are saying God for our devas. We are saying devas are devas, no translation. If you want to translate, supernatural, divine being. That's all I can say. A big word I will put. Because you don't have a scientific language. Therefore, you can't translate a homa or a yagya as a sacrifice and all. Sorry, that is all balidhan. That is all different. You have to experience a homa, experience a yagya. Therefore, we have yagyas, we have normal pujas, we have patram pushpam phalam thoyam. Bhagavan says, it is enough. I don't want your big puja if you can't afford. Simply a patram, a leaf, a parnani leaf, or a pushpam, or simply a toyam, or anything, any fruit is enough. Bhaktya prayachati. That fellow only I appreciate. That fellow only I bless. We don't want, if you want, you can do a big yagya, like a king used to do, Ashwamedha yagya, nothing wrong for the benefit of the society. Therefore, these are all different ways. Or if you are a very big philosopher, you don't want to do all this puja, Hinduism says you can go and meditate on Om or on Mahavishnu or on Namah Shivaya, you can meditate in a calm, nice, quiet forest area. Shukhasana, in a very good Sukhasana, you go and meditate. Nobody is going to say you are going to have that in the fourth stage of your life. In sannyasa, you can give away everything. You go and meditate. We are not asking you to participate in Panchavadhyams or drawing the chariot. But the youngsters, they like. That is our culture. That is what Swami Dayananda Saraswati wrote to Pope. Please do not try to violate our faith. Therefore, what I am saying is, the way of worshipping several devas or forces of nature or divine beings is our culture. And there is nothing, even if the God is there, one God is there of other faith, he will not mistake us because I know only my language, I do not know your language. How can I know? How can I know your customs? Why should I compulsorily follow your customs when my custom is a vegetarian custom? Okay, for example, I am telling you. When my custom says wear cotton cloth or wear dhotis or wear shirts, cotton shirts, you are coming and saying I have to wear a 3-piece suit with a tie and enter with shoes in a house of worship. I am not prepared for that culture. I do not know that. I am also worshipping, you are also worshipping, we are worshipping God. That's all. My God is better, your God is better, your law is better, my law is better. We are not there for any argument. That is why in Hinduism we say Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti. The peace word comes from the Vedas 5, 7, 6,000 years back. And Om is converted because a lot of people from other faiths come and say Aman also. Everyone came, the Islam people came to Kerala coast in the 3rd, 4th century for spices because spices are not grown in the hot Arabian deserts. Many people came for spices because they were eating non-vegetarian food and spices are required. They followed our culture. They took from Oman or whatever, Aman or whatever it is, Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. That's what it is there in other religions. Salam alaikum, let peace be upon you, or whatever it is. Their language they have transferred, they are following their own way, that is fine. See, that is why the worship of several gods, whatever it is, need not be ridiculed. So this is my part 4. With this I am ending worship of several gods, and then I am coming into a next chapter which I will capture the essence of the spirit of the Hindu philosophy of our Hinduism. Till such time, Bhuyat Tavat Shubhamangalam. Thank you.